Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Are we all in?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So welcome all to the sixth Movie Talks, and Movie Talks is organized by SHORTCUTZ Network. SHORTCUTZ Network is a network of 20 cities around the world, spread it all over 3 different continents. We all stand for and we fight for the promotion of the talents in our country, and we are organizing this session online because, well, a door was closed when our session stopped, but a window was open because now we finally can work all together. So we are happy to have from SHORTCUTZ Network here my colleagues from Berlin, Inês Abreu. Hello. Turn your microphone.
Yeah, yes. Hi, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Berlin. And also from SHORTCUTZ Covilhã, Elisa Bugalheiro.
Hi, hello. Thank you so much.
And also from SHORTCUTZ Porto, Portugal, we have Sama that has something in store for us tonight. Hello, Sama.
Hello, Sama. Hello.
Do you have something prepared for us?
Let's
Surprise.
in the process.
And also helping us organizing these sessions, we are very proud to have the Student Hotel, and we have Hook from the Student Hotel.
Oh.
Yes.
And Paul Roy.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Paul.
And we also have some friends from our friends from Italy, friends. Hello, Guido from Adriatic Film Festival. Ciao.
Ciao.
And don't forget, if you want to write some questions, if you want to watch the live, you can watch in any watch parties of our own cities. But if you want to leave some questions to Anne, please go to the live of SHORTCUTZ Network page. So Sandra, hello, will be there selecting the best ones. Hello, Sandra Network.
Hi. Yeah, I'll be watching Facebook. Our colleagues from the other cities are gathering all the questions, so I'll be asking some questions from the people who are looking at this.
And tonight we are more than honored because we have honor to receive a rock star production designer, Seibel. Seibel. I hope my French is good.
Parfait.
What an honor to have Anne here. She has worked in amazing projects. I'm just going to mention some few because it's so many and they are going to be mentioned during the Q&A, like Marie Antoinette, Midnight in Paris, for which Anne was nominated for an Oscar. G.I. Joe, nothing to do with the before ones. Road movie, totally different as well. Monique, nothing alike the ones before. And she even worked in projects such as Sex and the City and The Sopranos and so many more. It's like amazing. What a track record. And besides that, and besides our level of production design level, sorry guys, I'm a little bit nervous and starstruck, so just let me swing a little bit here. But besides her level of talent, she still collaborates and works for free with starting filmmakers in short films. She's one of a few of her level doing this. And now we can see her latest project at Netflix. I think it premieres on May the 8th.
Yes.
And it's the series called The Eddie. They were created by Damien Chazelle. You know him he's the director of La La Land, Whiplash, another amazing film. And if you are into a different series, if you are into music, if you are a jazz lover, you for sure are going to love this series. It's different, it's catchy, we really like it. So let's start from the beginning. how did you, because you study architecture, so how did you end up in the film world to start?
But I think I was not supposed to be in architecture. I was supposed to be a doctor. I missed my exam, and I ended up following my friend in architecture. And in the third years of architecture, a friend took me to a film set, and I was looking at the people, the designer and his team, and I was thinking, oh my God, they are doing what I love to do with my cousin, playing, making a play, and do-it-yourself things. And I was thinking, oh, that's a job, and maybe I can do that. So I decided this day that I will do this job, and on top of that, I will be paid to play. So play with my hands and build things, and that's how I started. And I finished my exam in architecture. So I'm an architect, and I straight away went in movies by the little door and start by being a runner. But because I knew how to draw, I went a bit faster because I could draw a plan. That's how I started.
And it was a process, right? Because you had several roles in the art department, and then you moved to production designer. How did it go for you in your career, this process?
I started by the beginning with a designer who taught me what they knew. And I was at the beginning doing things really nearly for free because I wanted to work with certain people. And one of them, I was scared of him. And he asked me one day when he was seeing me doing something like a commercial in a studio. And he said, do you speak English? And I said, oh, yes, I speak English, but I had learned German for 10 years and English for 3. So I said, yes, I speak English. And he talked to me, he said, I need someone to be my assistant on an American movie, an English movie coming to Paris. And it's only 5 weeks and it's a little paid. And I was not paid a lot at all. So when he said the price, I was very surprised. And he said, wait, 5 weeks, okay? I said, yes, okay, what is it? And he said, James Bond. And I end up on a James Bond as a little assistant, with the set decorators. And I was like, wow, don't say anything, just say yes. And inside myself, I was so thrilled and I couldn't believe it. So I did struggle a bit with my English, with the script, because I knew English, but the vocabulary,
Yeah.
And then it was so amazing. And the girl I was mirroring in Paris became my best friend, and I did another James Bond after with her in Morocco, and I started to do all the English-speaking movie coming to Paris as an assistant, an art director. And it's how I just end up with the English-American project in Paris. And I was the assistant who can speak English and do art direction at the same time. And then I met really great designers, Anthony Pratt, and I met Rick Carter, who took me for Munich. And this is a man who taught me so much and helped me getting everything to be a good designer. I think it's like my mentor, and that's how it evolved. I did a couple of French movies, but I just love doing English or American movie. I don't know, the system and everything,
And for me, it's too overwhelming, because for me, the production designer has a job to create all the world that is on the script. It has to happen, and you should make it. How does the creative process start in an enterprise as big as this?
How do we start?
The creative process? How do you read the script and you start to imagine automatically the buildings, the cars, the clothes, or are you going to research? How do you grab these projects?
Well, the first thing is you have a director who calls you, and the first thing everyone has is the script. There's the story. So we are following a story, and we are working for a director. So that's the first thing. So I start by reading the script and getting ideas and things like that, and talking with the director and talking with the DOP, because that's very important for me, the director of photography, the cameraman, I mean, the lighting person, you know, because it's very important. And then once I have discussed with those two persons, I start getting ideas, and well, we have a process of breaking down the script, which is a kind of logistic of it. You just break the script, and you find all the sets you have, and then with discussion you decide if you do them in a studio, or if you do them on location, or if you do VFX now. And the whole process of discussion is done with the director, the VFX supervisor, the director of photography, and from that, then you start the process of creating the sets. I start by researching, a lot of research, especially if it's a period movie. And I go deeply in the research because I love it. It's one of the very nice part of it is to find all the documentation, and I research with painting, with movies, with people, with books, and videos sometime, and then I have a huge library of things. And once I have that, I'm nourished inside, and I can just expel what I make a synthetic thing of it. And for example, for the AD, I went to all the jazz club in Paris, the old one, the new one, the underground one, and spend I think like 40 places where I could just feel the place and pick up ideas in each of them and make my own set at the end, you know, which is a mix of anything I saw. And that's the process at the beginning. And then when you have decided, I do some mood board like you saw, and the mood board are made of references, the color I want to use, the drawings, some furniture. And this is kind of board where you can talk with the director after with it, you can talk with the DOP, and you can go and see the costume and make sure the costume colors will match your color, and you use that for everything. And most of the time I do a model as well, a 3D model, like if it's the jazz club, for example, I will do a model. So this is as well helping, because some people can't see on plans, they don't visualize plan, but a model is something else. You can play with it, you can do your shot in it, you can explain, and they have the right proportion, and you can play like with a Playmobil, you know.
Yeah. And when you are creating these projects, do you have a lot of freedom from the directors to go your way and do your thing, or do you work always close to them and you just follow their vision, or it depends? I don't know.
I've always been lucky because I worked with director giving me quite a lot of freedom. The script is your base, you know, it's the skeleton. And then Woody Allen, for example, will leave me completely carte blanche, but I will provide references and photos and ideas and those mood boards and things, and discuss with him, and he will bounce back what he likes, what he doesn't like. And that's aller-retour, I don't know in English, so you go and come back, you know.
Back and forward, yeah.
And some director would have a very fixed idea on something, but most of the time, for me as a designer, I had the freedom of being able to propose things. And even sometime with Woody Allen, especially on the 3 movie I did, the first movie I offered him a location he didn't know for one of the set, because I thought it would be interesting to do the Fit Girl party. And it was a museum of foreign art, I don't know what des arts forains. It's like merry-go-round and all this. And he took it and changed the script. So the next movie I did with him, he said, if you find a location you like or something, an idea, I can change the script. And that's how we work together. And but it's always, I'm not just doing it and the day we shoot, I show him. I show him on the process, you know, to be sure he likes it and can adjust things, you know. Same with the AD. The AD was, there was Damien Chazelle, but there was as well Glenn Ballard, who is the inventor of the story, who was a musician who did Michael Jackson music, and he's very talented musician, and his dream was the jazz club. So I managed to have the best compliment in my life because I designed his dream jazz club, but I did speak with him as well and do the whole jazz club, thinking of the sound and the music, and everything was soundproof and acoustic. The acoustic was done to be filmed live. The movie was, the music was filmed in direct, no post synchronization, you know.
Yeah. And they really play live. You really feel it in the movie. It makes a lot of, in the series, it makes a lot of difference. And what happens if you totally disagree with the director or the producer vision on one thing?
What did it happen to me? I don't think it happened to me. So once we went in the wrong direction. But not very badly. On Magic in the Moonlight, there was this Berlin cabaret, and we chose a English-looking bar to do it. And Woody, on the day of the shooting, told me, I was not sure of this one. I didn't really like it from the beginning. I was just, so I gave up on it. But on the day of the shooting, he said, I think, Anne, we made a mistake, not you made a mistake. It was really always really nice, and it's too much, it's too nice, so we should get it down. So we just destroyed the set to make it more German, Lily Marlin style, you know. And it was just with the director, less light, remove all the lampshade, everything, no tablecloths, and very dark. But sometimes if the director wants something really, I think you have to follow what he likes and try to make him go a bit your way. But we have to be in the head of the director and try to make visually what he has in his mind, which is tricky. But if you listen to him, read the script, and talk with him, it's very rare when he doesn't like what you want, you know. And I never had I don't remember one set where I got very upset because of I didn't want to do it like that, you know.
Yeah. And you have so many challenging projects. What was the most weird and amazing thing that you had to recreate in a set for a film?
I think it's weird. It's not weird, but it's challenging, and I didn't realize when I was building it that it was challenging. On Nureyev, I don't know if you saw the movie. The White Crow is about the dancer Nureyev, designed, directed by Ray Fiennes. Yeah. I think in the documentary we show it. In the script there was the Le Bourget airport in the 60s. And Le Bourget is an airport in Paris, which is 1936 period, you know. And you can't reproduce it, you can't find it on location because it will be never be the right look. And I've looked on all the movie of Nureyev, and this airport every time is wrong. And I know it because it's my culture. And they tried to make me do it in Russia. They tried to make me do it in Serbia. They gave me a train station or old airport, and nothing was pleasing me. So I spoke to Ray Fiennes and I said, listen, Ray, I don't think it's right, you know, I don't want to change something, I better build it. And in the documentary he said that he was looking at me in a, you know, but he said okay, and I said okay, and I didn't realize the size of these things, and I just did the plan. I just did the plan according to the script, to the way that the actor, the action, because I could not reproduce the whole airport, it's huge. So I decided to cheat and just to take all the way the story was set and put all the trajectory of the, what do you say, the walk, when at one point she was going down the stairs and then going to the bar, and there was some people coming from the plane, and I made like a diagram who were making me put all the different elements in some places. So I kept the general architecture landmark, which is big column, the floor with black, and the marble, and the window this way. Wow. And I changed the place of the stairs. And if you look at it, the audience think it's the real airport. And when you shoot, it's actually a different position of the different place. The bar is not at the right place according to the reality. So I will produce it, but in a movie way, cheating. So it's less expensive, and it was easier for Rafe to do his direction. His direction, yes. But it was challenging, and after I was looking at it, and when the writer came in, a very famous American writer, he said, "This is like on a James Bond set." And I look at it and I said, maybe yes. It was huge. But I think if I had thought of it before, I would have scared myself. But it was fantastic, and I had some really nice guys to help me. So.
And Ralph Fiennes says in the documentary, he was very worried that you couldn't keep the budget.
Yes, but we did keep it.
So, Sam, do we have amazing questions from the audience?
Yeah, we have some questions, but I think we should check out what SHORTCUTZ Porto is. Something is happening over there.
Something is happening, Sama?
Yeah.
Is producing. Sama, you have to turn on the mic so we can also see you. Turn the mic on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Sure.
On here. The first one.
Wow.
Kind of
very nice. I look good on your drawing, better than in life.
Tell me, I have a question.
Okay.
In my research, I saw a lot of work you are involved in. So, part of them excellent work and design, production design, and art direction. So, what do you prefer? Do you prefer one of these? What you are more comfortable to work with?
Which kind of movie you mean?
Yeah, like a art director or like a producer designer.
So the art director, the art director is in fact the assistant of the production designer. So I did it for a long time with the great designer, but I'd rather do the production design because you are more creative. You have more. You have you have all the keys. You have all the leads. You are the boss, in fact. And then you have to find art directors for you, which are like you were before because you have done it. And I have as well a set decorator, which is someone who is taking care of all the furniture and the props and the hand props, and this I did as well. So I did all the different steps before I was a designer, but I think I loved being a designer. I love the creative project. I love the discussion with the directors and especially with the lighting. So, and with being a production designer, you've got all these, you know. And I try as well to put myself in the actors when they are. I think of them when I do a set. So they can play, you know, if they know that they can have a pen and they can play with it, or open a drawer and there's something in it, or, you know, find their whole life, their life, imagine what they are like, what they collect, and it's very interesting. It's very creative.
Nice.
Is that what you answer? Is that answering your question?
Okay. The last one. Once you are staying on the set with director, all the team, do you keep your pencils and brush together?
Do you what?
Do you keep your pencils and crayons together in the set with some sketchbook, something like that?
Draw when they are. No, I don't do that. I have no time. Because we
Yeah.
are always sometime, but not now. When I was before, but now I have too much work. We are always in advance, so every morning I will go and deliver the sets and talk and see if everything is good, and then I go to prepare the next one. So maybe the last day we can do that. The last day everything is finished.
Okay.
But I do. On another hand, I do a lot of photos.
Ah, nice.
Because photos of the sets, photos of details, and photos of crew together. I like that. And at the end of the film, I give a file to all my assistant and construction, and a picture of everyone working. You know, I do that in construction as well, some details. That's faster than a drawing.
For sure. Thank you.
But it's connected, you know. I think I could have been a director of photography because I like it. It's very linked. The two are very linked.
Okay, I know that.
Yes, you know that.
Oui, merci.
Je t'en prie.
Complètement.
Sandra, maybe you have some questions from the audience?
Yeah, I have a good question from our team in Mozambique, Maputo. They sent some questions. I'm just going to select one. As there are overlaps, what is, from your point of view, the difference between an art director and a production designer?
What is the difference?
Between an art director and a production designer.
This is a question which is always coming back, because in the olden days, the production designer was called art director. So some people will, even the Oscar, you have an Oscar for best art direction. But the art direction is production designer. But on a team, when you have the production designer as art directors with him, so it's more assistant, you know. It's like the person who is going to run the drawing office and run the construction link with the construction and run the link with the set decorator. That's what an art director is in the Anglo-Saxon world. So in France, you will call it first assistant, and that's what it is. I know it's complicated. Sometimes art director will be in some way a production designer. But it's a language things. But an art director now in a team of in the organigram of a production designer team, it's a kind of first assistant. It's the lead assistant, and you've got some supervising art director when it's big movies, like I did G.I. Joe. supervising art director is just in between the production designer and the art director, and he's supervising all the art director for the designer when it's huge crew, you know. So I did that for Munich and for G.I. Joe, and Marie Antoinette was that as well. It's a kind of super art director. Is that answer?
Oh yeah. Also, we got a question from Sophie Van Monjou.
Okay.
Sorry. From Facebook, she's asking, what would be your advice for a young person that wants to create a course?
Create what?
Decor.
Ah, she's French. I don't know how old she is, but if she wants to be a chef décoratrice in French, production designer, I would recommend to go to a school if she's young, and or else if she wants to go through the little door, start by being a runner. But I will recommend two things really deeply: is to learn how to draw, because it's important to draw and to draw plan, especially to scale and be able to do models and things like that, because you can create with the drawings. And I will recommend to learn English because it will open your work to the world. And in France, there's a good designer, but the amount of interesting project for me, liking building and create decor, like she said, sets, the big project or the projects where you can create a world is interesting. And I think for me there was more opportunity with speaking English, because you can do you can do Spanish film, or you can do Italian movies, you can everywhere in the world you can speak English. So, but learn drawing, and as well a lot of observing, sketching, going to the cinema, going to library, reading books, all these things. Just nourish yourself with all what you can, and then all this will be inside you. But I think to do it, you have to probably draw a bit and see in 3D scale, and voila, and go for it. Don't hesitate.
So you think your background in architecture has made a difference?
I think it does, yes. But I know I can't ask everyone to go in architecture. There's a very good film school in France, which is free. La Femis School is a great film school where I teach. But and you can do that after your baccalaureate, after 2 years of study. Any kind of study, anyone can go and pass the concours. I don't know what you call concours in English. The exam, no, the competition. I don't know.
Contest.
Huh?
Yeah, contest or exam, no?
Contest, yeah. And then you have 4 years where you can learn how to make sets, you know. But it's always there's different way of doing that. But I think I think it was good to know architecture, especially when I built the airport, because it's in me. It was in me the space, the safety, the proportion, but you know, there's a lot of architects now writing to me to do that. So it's a good school for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Back to you, Alexa.
Hello. So now it's time for Inês. I think she has amazing stuff she found out about you.
What is that?
Exactly. So going back to your design process and to your sketches and your mood boards,
Okay.
we have a website that we found with some records of some projects you work from older movies and productions. So I'll just do a scroll down. We are going to publish this this website on our comment box on the Facebook page, but just for you to see and visualize how art direction can be shown and projected and shown as a form of communication through sketching and through illustrations. Exactly. I'm just going to do a scroll, very quick scroll.
Do you want me to comment?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Yes, I'd like you
scroll,
also to
but I
go
can
back to this
explain.
idea of how to use drawing to communicate and how to use these amazing mood boards and all the mixture of the colors. And I can see myself a bit on this process. I'm a paysagist. So yes, please, I'd like you to comment a bit more about this, and also maybe about do you ever consider using your archive to make, for example, a book or an exhibition? Because I think it's also quite special.
I might do something, yes, because what I want to explain is in my team as well. There's when I can, I draw. When I can't, I have a really good illustrator that is my friend since years, and she knows exactly what I am. She draws a bit like she draws the same style I draw. So what I do with her, I start the sketches. When, for example, for Midnight in Paris, I was doing the Reiki at the same time, like the one you see there, Gertrude Stein, this mood board. If you go a bit like that, I would have Reiki the place. It was on location. I would have taken pictures of the room there and do the research and everything. You know, there's some research on Gertrude Stein on the left. There's some wallpaper, not fabrics, and there's some color charts and furniture and painting. And I would be with Ellen on the location. It chose this one, which was this an apartment, and I would call Lilith. Her name is Lilith. She's with me a long time, and I will say, you to take this one, take these pictures. We're going to do that. I will put that there, and she will draw at the same time. I am on site, and we exchange. She will send a first version to me, and I will correct it, and I will send it back, and it's like that. And at the end, there's one drawing which she will finish probably. And with Photoshop and change the color, and you know, it's a whole process. But I like working with her, because if you look at the drawing, it's the same, right? The sensibility is the same. I don't like very hyper realistic drawing. I like when it's a bit
like renderings
off the board, of the, you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's one of my collaborator, very close collaborator. And then I don't know, can you scroll a bit? I don't know if well, that's this, you know, it's a bit messy like that. I like it. Like,
sketchy, yeah.
And then with that and all the I do some plan as well, very rough plans, and with the felt pen, with the scale, and I will have a draft person who will start drawing the plans, you know,
exactly,
to the detail. But this was a really nice set. Was a bedroom transformed in a kitchen with the garden. I couldn't have a greenhouse, so I made the greenhouse inside the kitchen. Was really interesting. Which project was it? Which production? Jean-Pierre Jeunet, Casanova. It was a series. And for no, this one is Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby, directed by Agnieszka Holland, and it's the kitchen of one of the couple. It's very beautiful. You see the original and the right, exactly. And then we found really beautiful. This one was in India. That's where I started, because this movie is my first movie as a designer, production designer. And
What was the name?
A road movie. It was the first
Road movie.
as a production designer, totally lost alone in India, because the producer of this small movie was the producer of Marie Antoinette, and he knew I loved India, and he told me, you must go now. You're going to be the production designer. You have to be your boss. So, and in India, the people were not speaking English very well. So that's the way I found to communicate. It's just to make mood boards and with reference colors and sketches.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I started to do that.
This one is also from Road Movie.
Sorry? That's Road Movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
Road Movie is the story of in fact, the track, we built totally the track. So the same thing, I study all the track in India and made my own track. I built a track, and it's completely dismantleable. You can remove the walls, and you can put the camera through the door. There's a lot of secret doors and things like that. And
you also made it quite colorful.
Yeah, and the colors we chose with the DOP, that was alone as well. Another French. We didn't know each other, but we just connect well and chose the color together, and was according to the costume as well, the T-shirt and the landscape, But that's where I started doing mood boards.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And some drawings and. Well, that's how.
What a place to start doing art direction.
Yes. Sorry?
What a place to start doing art direction in India, with all the colors and all that inspiration. And the tracks are just amazing.
Yes, and it was interesting because I knew no one, except but no one. I knew no one, and I was just thrown in the desert with this French DOP, and the director said, I need to have two French because I like French movies, and I want my movie to be special, and with an eye of two French artists. So that's how we met, and it was interesting because and I had nothing, no equipment. I had a computer and my small printer like that, and a box of pencil and a camera, and we managed to do the whole film like that.
That's awesome.
Elisa, do you have some questions for us?
Hi there. Yes, I do. And I kind of forgot my questions for a moment because I was so drawn into your story. You are also a storyteller, so it's really a delight to hear you. Thank you so much once again for accepting our invitation. And now I wanted to ask you a little bit about short films, okay? Because as you know, most of the directors that take on short films projects, they normally don't have much money. So I wanted to ask you if you could give us a couple of a piece of advice to people that are starting or have a project of a short film and don't have thought about or don't have the possibility of having a production designer. What would be your advice to them? Especially considering that, as you were saying previously, the figure of the production designer is not a figure that is so well known, especially, for instance, in also well used in Southern Europe. So normally you have every department going on for themselves, right? And you don't have like this figure, this person that would gather and would have what is your job?
But when I do a short feature, I'm like everyone in the short film. The director is starting me. I'm like an apprentice again. So I'm a production designer, but I will have two person with me, and I will do things with them. So the advice is to find someone who is creative, and you can ask a designer. Some of them, I don't know, but some of them might do that. But if not, you get in a school where there's some people who wants to do it, but and it's a matter of gathering the right team who wants to help you. You need to create a family around you. And when I work with a director of a short film, it's the same process. You have the script, and you have most of the time it's location, and you have sometimes 500 euro, something like that. Usually they have to pay you like a couple of hundred of euro that I never take, and I take some two guys, and I give them the money so I can have some more. But it's gathering and making a nice family who is able. When the last one I did, we were in the south of France. I didn't know anyone, and I had one assistant, is an architect, but he's just come out from school, and I brought my props guy, telling him that you come together, we're going to go to this place, and we were in a very small hotel, very cheap hotel, and we had a script, and it was America, in the kind of 50s in this. So we needed a car, which was a Ladybird blue, and you just have to ask. We were at this hotel. There was a guy with a yellow jacket, and I said, where I can find this? So I had a photo of a Ladybird, but yellow. And he said, oh, I know, my father has got one in blue. And it's the car you're looking for. And you ask this guy at 6 a.m. having his coffee. And this guy is the guy who is taking the garbage truck, in the village. So he's the conductor of the garbage truck. And you think garbage truck, so I can go to the, when they have the garbage, they have as well a place where you can find an old fridge, an old TV, and all thing. And I said, could we go there so you can gather things you can take for free to put in your short feature? And then this guy, you say, I need to find some science item because there's a classroom in the film. But my daughter, she's at the non-school. Maybe we can find that in the attic. And you end up in the attic where you have everything you want. So all you have to do is just be open, talk, ask. And sometimes even the guy of the garbage, he took 1 week off to help me for a week. So I gave him 50 euro a day. He was so happy. And he knew all the town. And we did. It was amazing because I would never have done it in Paris. It's just talking to people and being nice with them. And they all want to help you. And they don't know movies, so they are really happy. So create a family around you. I think it's the best. And as designers, maybe they help you.
Yeah, well, I think it's a very, also a very nice and a very thoughtful piece of advice. And now I want you perhaps I will make you commit a little indiscretion, and hopefully I will not. And you told already that you sometimes participate in short films, right? You help. You give a hand. So what are more or less what draws you to take a project pro bono to help someone?
Well, I told myself once a year I will help someone. I told myself that once, and then I'm trying to keep it. So and if sometime I was a jury in a short feature competition. So the guy the year after said, I heard you saying you don't mind doing a short film. So do you want to do this one? I said, yeah, okay. So I did one because I was free. The one who did the documentary, he did the documentary because I did a short film with him that won something like 46 prize. And we had 500 euro. It's called Gorilla. It was set in Los Angeles in the 50s. And we shot that in Dijon, in France, you know. And it was an adventure. He went to 120 festival and won 46 prize. So he said, well, I know what set is. So he did the documentary. But I had another friend, she's an actress, and she was playing in a video for a singer in France, Malik Judy. And they were doing that on the 2nd of January. And I said, okay, I do the set for you. And so we end up with the director was an actor. The actress was a very famous actress. She did it for free, everyone for free. And we had a little bit of money and we did this beautiful video clip. And I used my friends in the movie to help us. And because because they know me, I can get things and I help people who start, you know. But I like it because every time it's a challenge. When you don't have money, you have to use your imagination, and that's what I like, you know.
Yeah, I see you. And just to go back to the what is currently happening and all this this thing that is actually affecting us all. How do you think that audiovisual, our cinema, is going to thrive after this coronavirus nightmare?
Well, this is it's a tough question because I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I'm in the same as everyone in the world, not knowing really what happened and what will happen. It's affecting in a sense that all the projects that are stopped or in my case, I have a problem with the film I was starting because it's in the 50s in Paris, in London, and shot in Budapest. So I have a problem, so I don't know yet. And I have another project that I am going to start, waiting for the other one. But my work will be how to make a big American series in Paris with the condition we have, and trying to see how we can do that in a studio and using everything and creating sets which were supposed to be somewhere else in Morocco or somewhere else or some street of Paris, trying to find a solution with VFX as well. So I'm going to study 4 weeks for how we could do that. So I think everyone has to find solution. The sanitary side of it is a bit annoying. I don't know how they're going to deal. I don't know. Who knows?
Yes,
is that the same in all your countries? You are all stuck, or everything is stopped? Only the small TV, some TV, everyday TV, I don't know what it is, like a small series start again, and the talk show and the TV start. I have a friend with a DOP on TV, they start, but they are very strange condition, mask and far away from each other. I hope it's going to be, it will stop, and I hope this crisis will change the mentality and the conscious as well, and maybe we are going to have more reasonable people around us. Maybe it's going to change, maybe for better, who knows. I hope it's not going to remain the same as before, and it's going to make people conscious of a lot of issues we have.
Let's hope for it, actually, yes. Thank you so much. And I'm going to give back to Alexa. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I would like to ask Pook and Paul from the Student Hotel. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Yes, I would love to ask Anne some questions. If you agree. Hello, Anne. Yeah, so I watched your documentary, and in it there was Rick Carter that was saying, if you are aware that someone is a production designing the background or the movie, then it takes you out of the movie, and basically you don't want to admire a movie while you are watching it. You want to be in it. So, well, since this is your profession, my question is: do you manage, when you watch a movie, do you manage to switch off your mind and not think about how or this set was made like this, etc.? So, can you still appreciate the movies?
Yes, if it's the movie of someone else, yes. If it's a movie I worked on, the first time I see it, I look at all the default. But no, I am very good at getting in the film. The only time I am not going in it is when the design is bad because I see it.
Yeah, and you pay attention to a lot of details, obviously.
It's just like yes, my eye must, especially when it's a period movie and it's not well done, or sometimes it's cheap, you know, something doesn't, it's not done with, it's not care, there's not a lot of care. It happens sometimes and it's making me go out of the film. Because I see that. I said, why did they put that there? You know, it happened to me not very often. And sometimes as well, like I was really struck by 1917. And because of this one shot with the design and the lighting, and I was struck by the technicity of it and how they did that, and it was amazing because for a designer, 2 hours in a set without stopping, I was questioning, but in a good sense. I'm not going out of the film. I was just drawn in it, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Anne.
Merci, Paul.
Ciao, Italia! How are you?
Oh my God, I have
Ciao.
going.
Hello again.
Hello, Guido.
Merci beaucoup pour votre participation.
No, come si dice in Italia?
Grazie.
Grazie.
Prego. Of course, we have talked a lot of things. I think your job is pretty amazing. And I read somewhere a sentence which is drawing dreams, which is very, very nice. So many congratulations for your career. And we have some questions from our Italian community.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is approaching to a movie. For sure, you check as references historical and art books or pictures. But did you also check past movies? And if so, do you have any movies who have inspired you mostly?
I look at, I think it means when I do a project, do I look at, for example, for Midnight in Paris, I would look at the period movie of that period and things like that. I think that's what he meant, no?
Yes. So you use the movies, also the past movies, like an historical reference too, or just you study back books, art books?
Sometimes I look at, for Nureyev, for example, I looked at all the movies on him to know about him, but I didn't copy the films because I was not impressed either. I wanted to do something of us, you know, more accurate and more not like a bio. And Marie Antoinette, I looked at all the Marie Antoinette movies as well.
Yes.
But after that, when I looked at them, I just do my own things. It's more in books for period movie, more books and paintings, and try to understand the context of the period, and try to understand the characters. But sometimes I will look at films for the look of it visually. Like at the moment we're doing preparing English movie which is like a fantasy, and it's a musical without music. So we looked at things like Les Parapluies de Cherbourg or Funny Face with the director to have a guideline of the style we want. And I would look at, for example, a film I like very much because of I don't know why, Down with Love. There's some framing and some ideas that I like, and I will gather things, but it's not really the film. It's something in the film, could be lighting, could be, for example, some films are 3 colors only, and I would look at a couple of them to see, because our director wanted to have not a lot of colors in the frame. So I will look at them as a reference.
Do you have any historical period that you would like to represent and you didn't so far?
Science fiction.
Okay.
I haven't done that, but I have a project. I like the 50s and the 20s, and I did. I'm doing a 50 at the moment, so I like it. I'm not fan of the war things,
Yeah.
But 1917 was striking me. It's a war movie, but I loved it. But I'm not fan of doing wars. I don't know.
And I also have a question about, you have, of course, been part of some movies placed in Paris, but you also had one movie in Rome, no?
Yes.
And which one is the most chaotic, Rome or Paris?
I love the Rome because I did the recce myself on a scooter with the location manager. So I went everywhere on a scooter.
It's the only way, the scooter.
Yeah, it was interesting because Woody had told me if you find something you like and you can transform. So I was looking at weird place, like in Rome, the Electric Museum, this thing, to try to find somewhere we can turn into something else,
Okay.
Chaotic? No, it was okay in Rome. It was okay. The team I had was very nice, very nice. I didn't know them, but they're both very talented.
Very good. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Guido.
So, Sama, I've heard you have something more in store for us. We are looking forward to seeing it.
What is that?
No?
Oh, way. Oh. Will you send them to me?
Yeah,
Very good. Oh, I want them. Wow. They're beautiful.
And at work.
Very nice.
I hear about the Guido asking about how chaotic the most chaotic place to work. And I have a question for you. Have you been in Brazil?
I've been in Brazil, but not to work.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. But I've been not in a big city. I was in French Guiana, and I crossed the border, and I went to the Amazonia.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. And I have drawing of that because I was doing watercolor there.
Wow.
I like Brazil. One of my nieces is Brazilian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to know that. Good to know that. Where she live?
She's in Paris, but she's from, her father was from Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo?
Ah, nice.
São Paulo.
Big city, huge city in Brazil.
Yeah.
Merci.
Et je t'en
I
prie.
hope to talk to you in another occasions too.
Yeah, and I wait for your drawing. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
You have my address. Ask Paul, he knows my address.
Wow.
Very nice.
Merci. Was a pleasure.
Alexa, your micro is off.
I was saying, Summer, to talk because I was stealing your camera. I'm going to mute and you are going to talk so the camera can go to your drawings. Like, okay?
Ah,
Mute.
me?
Summer talk, just so we can see. We will post after. So we are really on time. And at this moment, everybody's doing like signs like this. It's already past the time. And honestly, we can be here until tomorrow because it's Italian, French, Portuguese, Brazilian, Dutch, German. So we can be talking forever. Thank you so much. It was really an honor to have you and to share all this creative bubble with you. It's really amazing, all of this.
Thank you very much for having me.
And let's all turn on mics to say goodbye. Yeah?
Thank you so much, Anne. It was really a pleasure.
It was a pleasure for me too.
See you soon.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Thank
Merci,
you.
Anne. À la prochaine.
À la prochaine.
Thank you, Anne.
prochaine.
À la prochaine.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Bye.